Hi, I'm Alex, and basically, I just wanted to share some tips for starting a GSA. Um, I have like a little thing on the side of my computer, so you guys probably won't be able to see it. Just on like information, why to start a GSA, what is a GSA, which a GSA stands for Gender Sexuality Alliance. Currently, um, it's 2022 at the moment. Who knows? It may stand for something later on, seeing as it changed from uh, it just it changed from Gay Straight Alliance after they realized, oh hey, we're excluding the trans people. Anyways, so basically, why just be able to explain like why you want to start a GSA. Ours was just because there was a lot of homophobic remarks, transphobic remarks. We have like a few trans kids, and whenever they walk down the hallway, they would get talked to badly. The next thing is find out your school's rules. Go to administration, ask for a handbook on club rules. Um, find a faculty advisor, and I recommend doing it during lunch, just because that way you don't have to out people. But yeah, do it during lunch, and if you want to have like any activities outside of school, like don't force people to come because you don't want to out them, and then them being like, you know, in an unsafe environment. Of course, tell administration that you want to start a club, um, and prepare to be ready to turn in like all necessary paperwork. Our school was just like a few things. It wasn't very much. It was just a like a little just a sheet of paper basically, and that's what we turned in order to get our club instated. Albeit our first meeting is going to be like tomorrow. But yeah. Anyways, so that is what we're gonna do, and um, of course, I'm gonna probably go over in a later video like how we're gonna have our first meeting, like what our posters are gonna look like, all that sort of stuff, and um, basically, right now, be expecting to get a no or a yes. You may possibly get a no, and if that happens, just remember, stay calm, stay collected, and ask them why. Because you can probably turn down all of their disagreements and all of their try not to get you this thing. Because legally, you're in the right. They have to shut down all extracurricular activities if they're not going to let you have that club. It's just a legal thing. Um, basic ones are kind of like it's too controversial. Is it really though? No, it's not. We can't let outsiders come in and start this kind of club in our school, except for the fact that y'all are probably students or teachers who are wanting to start this club for your peers or students or just community members, or not community members, coworkers, just for them to have a safe place to come. That's basically all there is on that PDF that I was following. It is called Tips on Starting a GSA from November 2011. I have a PDF form of it. Anyways, back to over here to this screen. This is my presentation that I shared with my advisement, which was my principal, my principal, my advisor, all of them. I just basically shared this and I was like, this is why I want to have it. This is what it is. If you don't give it to me, no, I'm joking. No, it was, what is it? Why should we have one? And what will be done in the club along with fundraising and why we're going to be fundraising. So what is a GSA? Basically, it's a gender sexuality alliance. It is a peer group that supports activism, support, and social interactions. It is an organization where youth come together in order to become more supportive of one another. It allows students to be free to be themselves. They participate in campaigns like Pride or the Transgender Law Center. They raise awareness and funds for the LGBTQ youth. I'll get later into that more in depth. It supports students in a welcoming and safe environment. It assists students with future life skills, and it sets them up to succeed and allows students to find adult allies in school. So, welcoming students in a safe environment. Our school, like I said already, very homophobic, very transphobic, just very LGBTQ phobic in general. We have a lot of people who are against it, whether it's for religious reasons or something else. But either way, you got to remember to be respectful of those things. Like um, it's not your job to change their mind and show them what's right and what's wrong. It's what they believe, and you don't have the right to do that. It's what they believe, and you can't change that. And so don't try, because you can fight back against them. Sure, you can be like, if they start saying like, "Oh, well, it's in the," I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, there's like stuff that you can fight back against them with, but you have to find that on your own, because I'm not gonna help you. Um, it assists students with future life skills and sets students up to succeed. Um, a lot of my friends don't know how to necessarily do scholarships, so I probably gonna do a thing on how to like apply for scholarships, how to write an essay, stuff like that, just general stuff, just to help them out in like normal life. And of course, not only that, but being in a GSA is going to open up more chances um, for you to get scholarships, just because they want you to be a leader, an advocate, all that sort of stuff. And if you join a GSA and become like an advocate for the LGBTQ community or something like that, just understand that your scholarship chances go up because you had to do something and you were in like a leadership position, and allows students to find allies in school. There is a thing in our school where some teachers are not supportive at all. They're just not. And students don't know who they can talk to and what they can do. And it's just sad to me, which is why I wanted to start this, so I can find someone and talk to them and tell them, hey, maybe my parents aren't supportive at all, and I just need an adult to comfort me, just someone to talk to who can help me. That's the reason that we need adult allies in our schools. I have some statistics down here, which is, like a little bit of harsh stuff, and I explain whenever I did it with my like teachers and stuff like that, with my counselor and my principal and my advisor. I just talked about it and why it's necessary. So I talked about how if trans youth had a place where they can tell someone, hey, I'm contemplating this. I don't know what to do with my life because I don't feel safe, or because I'm not in the body that I need to be in. You can talk to someone there, and you can get the support that you need, whether it's some form of tucking, or like some hip pads, something like that. That's the stuff that I want to raise money for at our school, just to make them feel more comfortable. Then I have the self-harm thing. Of course, a lot of students, if they don't have a safe place, they're not going to tell anybody. That's part of the reason that I want this club. A safe space causes less suicide rates. We need to show students that they're not alone, and it doesn't just go for LGBTQ plus students. It's for any student. I specifically mine's a GSA, and it's just going to be like a little thing of just talking and saying what's wrong with their life. And yeah. um uh So 75% of LGB, so lesbian, gay, bisexual, pansexual, demisexual, asexual, that entire thing of people were bullied on school property without GSAs, while the ones with GSAs had about 57%. And though it is not gone, it is still kind of smaller. Like, that's pretty good. Just in like the few years that I got these statistics from. So then I have all of these. And so what will be going on in the club is what I have down. This is my personal thing. If you're an advocate, you can, if you're like an advocate GSA, because there's 3 types of GSAs. There is the social one, there is the support one, and there is an advocate one. You can be all 3 if you want. I'm not saying you can't. But the advocate one, you'll like be like, abortion rights or whatever you want, whether it's anti-abortion, BLM, gun rights, stuff like that. Just advocating, going out and being like, okay, this is what's going on in my community. This is what I think needs to be helped, and this is what I'm going to do about it. And so that's an example of an advocating one. A social one is just like talking about your day, doing like events, stuff like that. Mine personally is going to be a support group. We'll be a support group where a person can find another person going through something similar and find help from each other. Talking about why we are okay to be who we are, providing positive feedback, positive affirmations, and building each other up. That's what's going to be going on in my club. I hope. I haven't had my first like official meeting yet, so I'm like all worried about that. But I hope that that's what it's going to be like. So fundraising. Why we need fundraising. I want to get binders for FTM trans youth who are not able to afford or get one. I want to get like hip pads, just stuff to help female to male or male to female LGBT or trans students. Clothes to make trans students more comfortable and confident. Hosting events. Holding a speaker was kind of like up here because they're like $3,500 or $3,000, and then you have to like provide home and how it's very expensive. And if I would have started this last year, like I had planned, but then COVID, I probably would have been able to, but what do you do? And hold trips and events. So pride campaigns, conferences. There's normally a GSA in like every single state. I'm pretty sure that there's one at least in each state. Get together with them. Ask them, hey, yo, you want to have a conference for our peeps? And of course you can always invite like the other schools and be like, hey, you got any other students that wouldn't mind doing this? Joining? Just, do that sort of stuff. Of course, the ideas were duck racing, auctioning a parking space because parking at our school is absolutely horrendous. A pet contest that'll be held online, a talent show. That's like basically you pay in order to like skip class and go see a talent show. School lock-in, just stay the night at the school. It'll be fun. Maybe. Haunted house, of course, in October or like September, maybe, spoopy season. A dog wash that would have to be held off property. Teachers in jail. That would be cool. It's basically you get a teacher. Of course, if they want to, if they don't want to, it's fine. And whoever like raises as much money gets to be put in jail for like, well, not really in jail, but like the rest of the kids get like a free time to do whatever they want. That is something that I think our school would allow us to do. And of course, there are certain rules for it. Like our school has to go through the district to make sure that we're allowed to do it. And of course, our mission statement, which is the group will be able to provide a safe place for all LGBTQ plus students where they can come together with allies and build a better community, all while making an impact. Your mission statement does not have to be like mine. You can have a mission statement just saying, a safe place, advocating for the LGBTQ community, or advocating for this reason, or advocating for multiple reasons, or just being a social group where LGBTQ students can get together. Mine, I chose this just because, like I said, our school has a lot of transphobia, homophobia, all of that sort of stuff, and it'd just be so much better if we had a place for the community to just get together and, you know, have a place where they can be themselves. Especially allies too. If they want to come on. Make sure that it's accepting of allies, because if it is just like you guys, I don't know. I don't think it's. Don't exclude people, is what I'm basically trying to say. If they're a butthole, don't, this is going to sound real bad. Don't exclude them until they've done something. Because if you exclude them, your club can get shut down, probably. Just worst case scenario, just because you didn't accept someone into the place. Just saying. Anyways, that is all I have for this. And I hope you enjoyed, or I think I have to show my resources. There you go. I'll leave it on the resources page. So these are all the resources that I used. Of course, Trevor Project is always good. Find some resources there. Do what you need.